Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you. Next is we have the financial report. Uh, Board, would you like me to go through your financials for you?
Could you run through that briefly, please?
Absolutely. So on the screen, we have our balance sheet. No surprises here from last month, although the receivables have gone down a little bit. We'll discuss that in detail in executive session. So between the two checking accounts, we have $85,428. In our reserves, we have $848,419. One item from last time is we wanted the maturity update on the CD. The update is that it matures on 12/31/21. So there's our CD that's over at CIT Bank. Receivables of 22,291. That's actual assessment receivables, and the receivables of all of the categories of 19,635. And on our profit and loss, I look at the differences of the year to date variance between actual and budget. So on our income, we're actually almost $5,500 over budget income. And you can see that that is from categories that we don't budget. We have an other category, and we have offsetting expenses to some of these, like late fees as an income. You have other, which you have clerical and other expenses that going against that, and the reserve fund. The reserve fund is under budget because we budgeted for some income from the home sales contributions, and that's a little below budget at the moment. So anyway, we're above budget by 5,500, but you'll see that in expense area too. In our common, we're below budget by 937. That's your playgrounds and sidewalks. Mostly it's in playgrounds and in street sweeping. Looks like we didn't get the street sweeping invoice for this period. In our community, well, we have our meeting, social, legals, and reserve study. Our legal fees are much over budget, but we have ongoing legal issues. Gate, this is the gate for the gate parcel, and it's under budget, so that's a good thing by $692. Our insurance is a little over, and that's, we budgeted what insurance we thought would be. Our insurance went up this year by $409. In landscaping, we're under budget by $7,118. And you can see it's a combination of categories. We're a little under budget in the contract because we budgeted for a higher contract for the year, so that's good. We're a little over budget in the shrub replacement because we did do an investment in shrubs. But we'll probably see that come down because we're not going to spend too much in the summer on shrubs, but we still have 5,250 left in the year. Tree pruning, really haven't done the tree pruning yet, so we have a lot of budget left over. So you see that we're significantly under budgeted there. In tree removal is an over budget. We didn't really have a budget line item for tree removal. In landscape other, that's where everything else goes to. We're a little under budget there. In our irrigation repair, actually, we're pretty much right on budget, which is pretty good, a little under. So overall, we're doing pretty good in landscaping. In operations, the header is on this page, so we'll go to the next page. Overall, we're over budget by $141. And it's across others, but you can see clerical significantly above budget, but we have the income offset. In collection charges, we have the income offset, and then we have the miscellaneous. So here's our miscellaneous line down here too. That's miscellaneous expense. Here's miscellaneous actually in repair that we haven't used. So given the offset in income, we're fine in the operations area. In repair and maintenance, significantly under budget. We have a miscellaneous repair budget that we have barely scratched. As you see here, we spent $736 year to date, and we're under budget by almost $7,300. Reserve, we're right on budget. This is the money that we transfer from our checking account to our reserve account every month, so that's good. Property taxes, our income tax, we're way under budget there, so that's a good thing. And in our utilities, we're just a little under budget, but you see that the electric did not come in time to hit the P&L for this period. So overall, we're just a little bit under in expenses, 1,258. Under in expenses, as you know, we already talked about over in income. So we're good to budget year to date of $6,745. And your backup material is in your board packet, bank statements and reconciliation and check register. Are there any questions from the board on the financials?
Did we ever pay the golf course? I apologize. Did we ever pay?
14,000 for the water?
Yeah.
It's right there. They bill at the end of the quarter. So
Okay.
this is the 14,000 from Q1. We haven't received the bill for Q2 yet.
Q2 yet? Okay. There was a bill from October that the last management company paid, and it was over 14,000. And I wonder why they had to pay the extra. So we can talk about that some
Yeah,
other
we can
time.
research that for you. Any other board questions? Okay, we have any homeowner questions on the financials? If you like, you raise your hand and I'll recognize you. Okay, I don't see any. Entertain a motion to
I
accept the
think
financial.
Terry's got, or Tessa's got her hand up.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I don't have it expanded the whole way. Oh, I just lost my bar.
She's saying she didn't have her hand up.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Tess.
That's okay. I'd rather you say they did it than they didn't.
Well, she's trying to say something, but
Okay. I lost my toolbar. Sorry. Okay, I don't have any hands up, so we're good there. I don't have anybody in the chat. The waiting, oh, we have people in the waiting room. I apologize. Let me turn the waiting room off and admit people. Okay, we have Darius as a new board member, or a board member is now on, and 2 other homeowners. Okay, board, I didn't hear the motion for accepting the financials.
I'll pass a motion to accept the financials.
And do we have a second? All in favor? Oh, we already had the first and second. I'm sorry, but that's where us for discussion. All right, so any board discussion? Any further homeowner discussion? Didn't have any questions, wouldn't have discussions. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, passes unanimously. Thank you. Old business, new business. Board asked for I'm sorry, go ahead.
Darius is trying to get in.
He is in.
He's in.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
saw
he's
him.
in,
There he is right there.
but
Okay.
he's muted.
Oh, Darius, you are now asked to unmute.
There he goes.
Okay. So the update on the wall, we've asked Jonathan Ebertshouser, excuse me, to attend. And Jonathan, the floor is yours.
Norman, thank you everyone for joining tonight. The board has been receiving several questions about what the plan is for the reconstruction of the wall that's fallen. It's completely fallen on one lot and fallen in part on the 2 neighboring lots on either side. That wall, the association believes is a party wall. And looking at the CC&Rs and the general rules of party wall, means the association believes that these walls that separate common areas from an owner's lot, the cost of reconstruction would be shared between the owners and the association, unless there's some sort of showing that the owner in some way caused the demise of the wall. And so in the process of reconstructing this wall, the association has already solicited bids to cause the reconstruction. I believe there were about 13 contractors contacted to repair the wall. The bids spanned greatly, but a vendor was selected, Titan Restoration. Titan Restoration was engaged to go out to reconstruct that wall, I believe, on April 1st. However, at that time, one of the owners, my understanding, alleged a trespass and contacted the police to have the association removed from the property, which prohibited the association from reconstructing the wall at that time. As a result, the association had no choice in its opinion, but to bring litigation against that owner, to ask a court to intervene and allow the association to cause the reconstruction of that wall. Now, in doing so, the association believes in that case that this wall may have been, the demise of this wall may have been caused by a tree that's located in one of the owner's backyards. So part of the litigation is a question as to whether or not the cost should be shared 50-50 or whether the owner should be held responsible for all costs associated with the reconstruction of that wall. That's the association's position. Obviously, the owner has different positions. I'm not here to allege their positions for them. But that litigation is ongoing. And we've taken this before a judge. Essentially, the judge and the owner believe or asserted at a hearing that the temporary fencing was sufficient to address any safety concerns in the property. And as a result, that means to me that the wall will not be reconstructed until we either have a hearing before the court or some sort of settlement between the parties. The parties are engaging in a settlement conference before a settlement judge in August. There are 4 attorneys involved, 2 on each side, with counterclaims and affirmative claims. And so we're hopeful that this matter will move forward quickly, but unfortunately at this point, there's been no agreement between the association and the owner, and no agreement to allow the association to reconstruct the wall and bifurcate the issue of whether or not the association would be reimbursed in any way. So that's where the litigation stands currently, and we'll continue to update the members as additional information becomes available.
Thank you. Would it be appropriate for the board to ask any questions or any homeowners to ask questions?
Certainly, if that's something you'd like to do.
Okay. Board, do you have any questions that you would want to ask in open versus executive session?
I had a question, Jonathan. So the next step is did you say a hearing in August?
It's a settlement conference.
Okay.
So what the parties have asked the judge to do is appoint another judge to serve as essentially a mediation. That settlement judge, the parties would attend and try to reach a mutual agreement. That's not necessarily, there's no guarantee that we'll be able to reach an agreement, but it's a valuable part of the alternative dispute resolution process. That would take place in August. If that's not successful, then we're moving forward with litigation.
Thank you.
Any other board questions? Would any homeowner like to ask a question? Raise your hand, please. I'll recognize you. Okay, I don't see any, and I don't see any in the chat. So, Jonathan, thank you very much for attending. Appreciate that. You may stay or go. It's up to you, I guess.
That's fine. I will step out. I do believe that it would be appropriate to comment that since we've addressed this in an old business and I'm here to address it now, it would not be an appropriate topic to address during the homeowner forum if a homeowner has any comments. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
All right. Thanks to everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Have a good evening.
The next agenda item we have is the wall inspection proposal. Board, this is the same wall inspection proposal that we had last month, and we ascertained that we had in the proposal the eastern perimeter of the north section eastern of the community, which is actually not HOA responsibility. So I went back to Kessler Engineering, and they removed that section and dropped the price by $1,000. And I emailed you the updated, it's the same thing, but $1,000 less. Did you want to discuss that some more?
One thing I want to address is now that we're dealing with section 6 of the community, they're gated.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want them to inspect those walls as well? Because the golf course is our responsibility.
It's on that list. That section. Let me bring up the.
Yeah, is on the list. I'm wondering if we need to do that.
Yeah, it's.
Because we can get another
let's
$1,000
see.
probably worth of discount.
Yeah, that section of parcel 6 is on the inspection map. I think it's not insignificant, but I don't think I would recommend we leave it in the report.
Okay.
They'll inspect it and report it. They give us a life expectancy and any other, maintenance we can do beyond what we're currently planning. I think it would be fine to leave there. I think if we asked them to take it out, we're talking a couple $100 maybe compared to that western wall or the eastern wall, and the rest of the community.
I motion to approve it. Needs to be done.
All right, do we have a second on that?
I second that.
Okay, we have any further board discussion? Okay, homeowners, would anybody like to comment on the motion? So any homeowners questions or discussion, please raise your hand. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, it passes unanimously. Thank you. All right, we have a homeowners forum. So homeowners, this is where you may bring up an item that you would like on the agenda for a future meeting or a comment you would like to make. It's not really meant to debate an issue or bring up for a decision tonight. And as you heard from Jonathan, it would be inappropriate at this point to talk about the ongoing litigation of the wall in Quinn. So would any homeowner like to bring anything up? Please raise your hand. There's also a chat window open. I'm monitoring that.
Mine says that the chat is disabled.
Oh, well, let's make that enabled. That's odd. The chat is now enabled.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. You can still raise your hand. I know Jeff did, so we know it works. All right, either the button is in the lower left corner typically to raise your hand or somewhere else on the bottom. GJ, did you want to make a comment? All right, we've given an opportunity. Oh, okay. You want to do it from chat or you want to be unmuted, DJ? I'm reading your chat. And okay, we have a comment. Okay, DJ is saying yes. I'm going to unmute. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to unmute is the way it works, and then you can unmute, DJ.
Okay,
Please
unmuted.
go ahead. Very good.
Just two things. I think back originally in December, and then I followed up in February, which was the landscape or the lack of landscaping at the back of Roanoke, which is a cul-de-sac that backs up to Warner Road. That section between Warner Road and the wall to the street, Roanoke, disrepair hasn't been managed in many years. And your current association said they would have the landscape company take care of it. I looked at it today. It's even worse today than it has been in the past. It's just all dirt. There's no gravel. There's trash on it. So it has not been taken care of.
Okay, I'm going to bring the map up on the screen so we can be clear where area we're speaking of.
I even sent pictures.
Okay, I believe you're talking about that area right there.
Yes.
Okay, I have spoken to the landscape company about that, and it is on their kind of revitalization to do. It has correct. They have not attacked it yet.
Okay, just saying it's been like a half a year. Nothing's been done.
Yeah, it's dirt and has this thing is a dead cactus right there.
Okay, and the second thing is I asked the management company, could they do an inspection and make a report to a owner about a dead tree, because I was reluctant to do it to get kind of bad recourse from the owner of saying I'd squealed on him or something. And they said, can you give me an address and a picture? Which I did, which is a very large dead pine tree, been dead for about a year. And then one of your colleagues in your management company says, can't do that. That's not in the CC and Rs. The only thing we can do is on common public property. And then I came back and I said, well, I looked at the CC and Rs. Well, first of all, I said I had a neighbor who's actually like a snowbird neighbor that backs up to the golf course, and he got a letter from the management company saying you need to prune your queen palms. He ended up cutting the whole palm tree down. Anyway, and back to the dead pine tree, I looked in the CC&Rs, and my interpretation of the CC&Rs, if a homeowner has dead trees, et cetera, they need to be notified and fix it. So the person, I can't remember her name, that I've been emailing with, she said, oh, I will look into that and follow up. And that's about a week ago, no one has followed up.
Okay, that was me and all those emails. I was the one you were communicating with. And the CCNRs don't specifically say dead trees. It says the word nuisance. So that's a very broad category. And that's what I said I would look into to see if we could categorize the dead tree as a nuisance. I can't tell you what I do or don't do in letters and violations to any homeowner because that's by law, I can't. So I'd say, no, I'm not saying I'm not debating nuisance or not nuisance. I'm saying if I do not send a letter of violation, I can't tell you I sent a letter of violation. I can't say who has a fine or who is under violation. What I did say to you in the email is I would look into it and be assured we are.
Okay. Yeah, and the other than a nuisance, looking at this dead tree, is if it comes down and it's leaning, it's going to bring my wall down. It's going to fall on the wall between the houses. And that's going to be a real problem.
That would be a problem.
Sounds like that may be a nuisance, Harmon.
Yeah.
I think we're leaning towards nuisance, but again, I can't
Yeah.
verify or deny
And
if
the
I said a
pictures I
violation.
sent, and you know, it's very hard to see from the street,
Mhm.
and it's actually hard to see from the golf course. But it's extremely easy to see from my backyard.
And I appreciate the pictures.
And then also in the process of it dying, all those twigs and leaves and everything were in my pool. Okay, that's the only two I have.
All right. Thank you, sir. I have a chat. It says still looking for landscape improvement, rock, stucco wall, shrubs, trees between Knox and Warner. Okay, we believe discussed that. I believe it's the same area he's talking about. No, that's sorry,
No,
that's
it's
not.
on Knox.
That's Knox. Excuse me, that's not. Well, between Knox and Warner is a big area.
I think it's along Knox.
She might be talking about the whole road.
Knox and
along-
Warner, yeah, Knox and
Greenfield.
Warner are parallel.
She's talking about the area between Greenfield, which I'm not sure. Yeah, what she's talking about, because I mean, it looks pretty good.
She has, does she want to talk to us? Because she sent me an email a while back. Maybe I can answer some of her questions.
Would you like to speak? It says yes. All right, let me see if I can, there she is. Go ahead, please.
She's still muted.
I asked her to unmute, so.
Oh, no, she doesn't want to speak.
Oh, she doesn't want to speak. Okay, we'll take your comments and we'll follow up on those. Thank you. Naomi, can you copy those down, please? Great, thank you. All right, anything else, homeowners? All right, thank you very much. Board, entertain a motion to adjourn the open meeting, please.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I second that.
We have any further board discussion on the motion? Any homeowner discussion on the motion? We have a comment here. Is there an opportunity to have the board audit how and when the payments have been applied to our accounts, received a statement? Okay. I'm glad somebody brought that up. So it didn't come up, but I will say something about that. Our system sent out the mailed statements with two July 1st payments on them. Some got that. So you'll see 2 July 1st. One is a error and incorrect. We sent an email out to the community today that if you received a statement that has that wrong, it's only the $152 for the quarter, not two of them. There's two line items that say July 1st. And there's a link in that email. If you would like us to mail you a replacement statement, we can do that. Okay, Katie said you never received that email. It went out about 2 o'clock this afternoon. So if you did not, then please give me a call, anybody at the office here, or send me an email. We'll be glad to send you a new mailed statement. And then we'll correct your email. So, and if you find out why you didn't get the email. If you received all the other emails we get, you should have received that one. So again, apologize to the community for our system error, but it was in not the emailed ones, but some of the mailed ones had two line items in there. If you look at it closely, you'll see which one it is. And you don't owe $304, you only owe $152. So thank you for bringing that up, Katie.
Hey, Harmon,
Yes.
I
there's a-
noticed in the chat, someone is asking whether or not we have a meeting next month. And I want to go
Let me see.
on record as saying that we used to only meet once a quarter. And then when we changed property management companies, we switched to once a month to kind of get over the hurdle, get everything situated. And coming up on this the summer, some of the board members are going to be on vacation, and we might have a problem getting quorum. So I'm pretty sure that we probably won't have a meeting every single month through the summer. Now, which ones we're going to have, we're going to have to discuss it with the board members to find out who's going to be available when, and when it makes sense to have a meeting. But I don't really have that answer yet. It's a fair question, but we don't have a proper answer yet.
Thank you.
And Harmon, A. Schultz is also wanting answers on the dogway station and an HOA alert sign for, was it bulk trash?
Okay, the dog waste station. I see, Ashel, yeah, she said here that she mentioned the dog waste station in her other comment. So we have that down as a note to check out. And HOA alert sign, I'm not sure what you mean by an HOA alert sign.
I mean,
Oh, the
Gilbert,
bulk trash, okay.
Town of Gilbert posts that calendar. So, I mean,
And we put out emails,
okay.
and we put out A-frame signs at another community. It's your neighbor at Gardens Gilbert. They have A-frame signs we put at the entrances for bulk trash weekend set out. If that's something the board would want to look into.
One of the problems we have is the north of Warner has it 1 week,
Mm-hmm.
south of Warner has it the other week. So the best thing is just follow with the town of Gilbert, and maybe we can put the calendar on our website.
If that's what you like, we could do that. I thought actually we sent emails out, north and south emails, a cycle, I think months ago, Naomi. When the next one, I think, was just this last couple of weekends, that's the way it was over at Gardens.
Yeah, I can't remember the exactly when it was, but we do have an email set up with the calendar that the town of Gilbert has.
Perfect.
Okay. And Monica's saying, I thought we have them for our HOA signs. We have signs underneath the welcome sign, but it has to be manually changed. The signs underneath the welcome sign that we looked at, say when the HOA meetings are, and we did not, the board decided months ago not to use those. We send out our email reminders instead. Those little flip signs on the entrances board, is there a sign that slides in there about bulk trash?
Used to
There
be
was a
long
couple
time
of years
ago.
ago.
Okay, when we looked at them, it was only the meeting sign was on the other side.
Yeah.
We could have signs made in the slide back in if you think that was really a good service.
I think we need a volunteer from the homeowners to be the sign changer.
Monica, would you like to do sign changing?
I don't see any raised hands.
Okay,
Oh, she said that she could.
all right. Well, there you go. Board, would you like us to get some signs made and I'll contact Monica and we'll work it out?
It works for me.
All right, no, no vote, can't vote anymore, it's not on the agenda, but it's under my pay grade, so I can get signs made. All right, thank you, Monica, I appreciate that. We'll talk. In fact, you and I talked earlier today, so that's good. And Todd, she told you do it, so okay,
Yeah, she's my neighbor, so I know she'd
Oh.
volunteer me.
wonderful. Okay, if there's, did I miss anything else in the chat? I was trying to look. Not,
Just a really quick to Mrs. Schultz, that we don't do any landscaping in June, July, August, and September. And we are planning on designing a landscaping platform. So the two main streets, which is Knox and Quinn on the north of Warner, that we can start working on adding plants and trees. But this is not a good time.
well, there was a major improvement they did last month was the flowers at the corner that's between Warner and Knox. It's on Greenfield and Warner. Both plant monuments came out real well. And I did discuss with the golf course not to put any banners and flags and signs in front of our monument sign anymore. And so far they've been pretty good on that when I go by. I don't see anything blocking our nice flowers.
Yeah, they definitely look good.
They do.
Okay, board will entertain a motion to, well, actually, that was the motion to
Another
adjourn.
one?
So all in favor?
Aye.
All, any opposed? Passed unanimously. Thank you very much, homeowners, for joining and participating. We appreciate the input. And if you would all sign off now, we're going to go to our executive session.